Alright, welcome back everyone. It is time for the Penguins of Madagascar. We're here with Silo Simon. We're playing this on the Wii.
What's up, guys? How's it going?
Right.
Hope everyone's doing well today. I'm gonna be running Penguins of Madagascar. This is the Wii version, and I'm actually gonna try and turn the game music up just a tiny bit really quick. Sorry, I just want to make sure it's a little better. That should be a little better. Okay, so this game is based on the movie that came out, and there's like a couple different Penguins of Madagascar games, but this one's based on the movie, and it's all right. But it's a neat speed game. It's a stealth-based game, and there's some cool speed strats to it. So time's gonna start whenever I press yes to overwrite my save file. So I will say 3, 2, 1, go, and then we'll go. So 3, 2, 1, go. Actually totally started that like a second or two too early, but anyway. So this game doesn't have any voice acting, by the way, but the first thing we're gonna do is immediately quit out, because there's this like tutorial thing we're supposed to do to kind of show us like the platforming and everything. But if we just exit out and continue the game immediately, that will spawn the first level loading zone thing here, which is what the tutorial is like what the tutorial is like overall for. So that's a nice skip. So the penguin we'll use the most for movement throughout this run is Rico. Rico has like a speed dashing move, and there's also Kowalski here. We'll use him a ton. He is able to float, and we're able to do a lot of platform skipping and skips of like gates and other things like that throughout the run. But yeah, we just skipped that intro gate there. And one thing that we have to worry about in this run is there's these computers that we have to hack, and the patterns that are on the computers are complete RNG, so so we just have to deal with that. That's just one thing that kind of prolongs the run. One thing we can do during cutscenes when we're activating like buttons and computers and stuff is we can actually we can change penguins like in like a 2 or 3 frame window, and and that's pretty useful because the amount of time it takes to change penguins is actually fairly significant. So if we can switch them at any point during the cutscenes, that's definitely preferable. If it's faster to do it anyway. Like right now, it's faster to switch to Rico if we can get it, which we didn't, sadly. But it's a really tight window, and you have to press B and then the direction of the penguin that you want to use. So it's really annoying. But anyway, so there's a lot of platforming skips again, as I said. A lot of them are just because a lot of the stuff in this game has hitboxes and stuff you can land on. And one thing that we do with Rico is he arms bombs to get through some doors, and that's totally how you arm a bomb, by the way. One of the things that you do to 100% this game is you're supposed to like free a bunch of penguins from these machines, but that's the only penguin we ever save, because he's the only one that's required to be saved for us to actually progress through the story. But yeah, a ton of these gates that you see here are like only skippable by essentially like going through a bunch of puzzles and hacking a bunch of computers and everything. But a lot of them we can skip simply by jumping over them. So we do use the other 2 penguins, Private and... Nice, I totally messed that up. We use Private and... What's his name? I forget what the Skipper. We use Skipper sometimes as well. But those penguins aren't used nearly as much in the run. There's a couple of skips we can do with them that are pretty useful though. So I'm gonna make sure to be a little safe sometimes and hit some of the checkpoints that are in the run, just cause nice, I took that a little too safe. I could have made that in one cycle, lame. I'm gonna take them just a little safe and hit most of them, just cause if we get caught at all, it's really bad and it sends us back to the last checkpoint that we had, and essentially essentially that can make it so we you know, one, we lose a bunch of time, and yeah, that's pretty much it. Sorry, I don't know what else I was gonna say about that, but yeah, the levels are actually fairly long in this game. There are 4 levels, but each of them take about like 10-12 minutes each. Sorry about all the Discord noises, by the way. Okay, I wanted to make sure I didn't mess that up. I kind of was talking and almost messed that up. Okay, so yeah, there's not a ton else to explain about the game besides like some of the tricks. This level is pretty simple. A lot of it's just platform skipping. There's a couple other tricks in the other levels that aren't used in this one, but for the most part, a lot of it's just like jumping onto some like hitboxes, like door frames and stuff like that to just jump over gates and save time on not having to go and hack a bunch of computers and stuff. So here we're gonna make sure to jump over this with Kowalski and then switch to Rico, hit that checkpoint. There's a box coming up here. One thing that is really annoying about this game is the RNG of the little meter you see in the top left, the one with the exclamation point, is really important because that tells us how close we are to getting caught. The thing is, a lot of the like squids will have like just completely random, like the bar starts at like a completely random point for some squids, in which that bar can literally be pretty much all the way to the top, like all the way to full, and you get caught immediately and you lose a ton of time, and it's really bad. So that's a really annoying part of running this game, is dealing with that RNG is kind of annoying. But yeah, a lot of this game, like half of the levels is just going and collecting a bunch of the extra stuff for 100%, so we're definitely not going to go into any of those areas, but yeah, here's a pretty big time saved section here. There's these 3 gates that are each unlocked by their own button, which has its own like puzzle to unlock it. But the thing is, though, we can just jump over the gates, and we can jump over the gates using that fence, and then we can actually jump onto the back of the computers and just use that to jump over. Nice, I totally messed it up. I should have double jumped there. But anyway, we'll just use the fence again, man. It's pretty free. It's honestly not very hard to do. Nice. And I don't know if this was necessarily intended, because like there are a bunch of puzzles and stuff, but the thing is, though, some of them are pretty free to do. Oh man, the Discord noise is out the wazoo. What Discord is doing it? Server mute. Alright, hopefully that'll help. I muted them. How dare they? Alright, so hopefully that'll bring us outside the gate. Nice. That's a little faster than us having to get up on to the computer and jumping off. Death warps are actually fairly prevalent. Not like super prevalent, but there's a couple of instances where it's pretty useful to use them, especially if we mess up at all and like fall off of a platform that we need to get to. It can be very useful, dude. I didn't mute the Discord server that keeps talking. They need to chill out. What do they have to talk about that's so important? During my marathon run. Ah, dude, honestly, it's like every 2 seconds. I will fix this, guys. I will fix this. The thing is, if I mute all of Discord, I won't have the, host. Oh my gosh. I will shut them up, I promise. Oh man. Hacking is kind of annoying because, like, I'm not super good at puzzle patterns, so rip me. By the way, my record's actually pretty bad in this game. It's not amazing anyway, so record is still pretty free. Quick. Alright, so one thing that's annoying about this room is it's just a collectible room. So all we have to do is walk away from that elevator and then rush back and go back into it. And it brings us back up. When I played this casually, I was so confused when I got into that room because I didn't know what was happening. I was like, why am I stuck in this room? Alright, so this is almost the end of the level though. And luckily we didn't get caught at all, which is good. That, again, it wastes a good amount of time if that ever happens, so. Alrighty then, so hopefully we got sub 10 minutes because that's a good time, but that's like probably about as good as I've done. I should have just walked around that box. I don't know what I was doing. Oh, please don't catch me. Please don't catch me. Please don't catch me. Okay, good. That's the end of the level there. And then we just click through the rest of that. And so so I guess if you guys haven't seen the movie that this is based on, it's essentially the plot is I actually forget it. Totally forget what the plot is, but you like your goal at the end of the game is to fight this squid named Dave. And he's like an evil, I guess he's an octopus rather. I don't know, the movie's actually pretty decent in my opinion. I honestly would recommend people go and see it. It's sincerely not one of the worst ones out there. It's a pretty good film. Anyway, so we jump on those door frames to get over that gate there. We actually didn't even need to levitate there necessarily, but it's pretty safe. And then we'll need to jump back over that gate because this computer opens up that elevator there. And the way we can do that is jump on top of that computer, and then we'll just float over and then land on that and then jump over. One thing that's nice is the spotlights typically don't have bad RNG for the stealth meter, so that's very nice because the spotlights are essentially like benign. They're extremely benign. Oh, dude, I messed that up. Lame. Kind of missed landing on that platform, which is lame. We need to raise up that waterfall there, so that's why we're pressing these buttons here. I've definitely looked for ways around like basically everything that we have to do in these levels, and I've looked for clips and stuff, but I haven't ever been able to find any clips that are useful anyway. So yeah, if more people looked into running this game, I think there could be more potential skips found, but I found some pretty good ones. Here's a really cool skip here. The chandeliers have collision, and it's pretty easy to jump onto them and jump off of them if you can do it right. There we go. And you can skip a good bit of stuff with that. Nice. Alright. And we can do that again here. Nice, I missed the door frame. No. Alright, get away from me. Alright, cool. We just grab onto that thing there, and then we can jump over there. That's pretty good. it skips like having to just walk around. There's not a ton of platforming skipping that we're necessarily doing there, but like just like a good 5 or 6 seconds if you do it well. So coming up is a pretty cool skip once we get this box over here. One thing that we sadly do have to do is move this box all the way to the end of this part, so that's kind of annoying, and we have to do a jump every time this electric panel, every time the metal parts get like electrified, we need to do like a jump. Anyway, so we're gonna push this onto there. I'm gonna pull it, darn it, okay. We're gonna pull it there, then we're gonna go die, and what that's gonna do is set our warp point to right here, and then that we can pull the box over. I still didn't pull it over far enough. We'll pull the box off to release the button there, and then we just need to keep dying until we warp back over here, and that'll disable the electric floor here, and what that'll also do is disable the gate right here. So that skips a bunch of stuff, and that's super useful. Nice. I used my dash to go to the button. I'm dumb. I need to dash away from the button, so since the powers are like charged up over time, that was dumb of me to do that. But anyway, not a big deal. Yeah, I think I muted the Discord that was talking too much, so thankfully that's over. That was annoying. Alright, and then we're just gonna walk over here as private, just because it's not really worth it to switch over to Rico, since the animation just takes a good amount of time, and you still have to switch to Kowalski anyway. So, not really any useful reason to do that. Hopefully, yeah, we didn't get the switch to private there, sadly, but now we'll just use private to take this little elevator thing. Private's the only one who can use these elevators, by the way. So that's the reason why. I guess the elevators, they're more like tubes, but that's the reason why I use him for that. So basically as I said, each penguin has like their own unique power. Rico can do his dash, and that's why we use him a lot for just like movement. But Kowalski can do his float, and Private can do like jumps onto these like small surfaces. So there's a few places that we can only get to with using Skipper, and then Private has like this one camouflage move, which is actually casually I'd say fairly useless, but there will be an instance where it will be extremely useful that I will show in one of the later levels coming up here. So this gate here, we have to make sure we make it in time, or else it's not going to let us in. There's like a timer on that. So one thing is, there's this entire section that we're doing. What am I doing? I'm stupid. Okay. I think if we could find a way to skip the original vent that takes us into this section, then, like, if we could manage to find a way to skip that, then we could easily save, like, a good couple of minutes, but I still have no idea how we could manage to do that. There might be some way we could use a glitch to get past it, because the vents are kind of glitchy. There's a couple of things that kind of interesting about them, but yeah. Anyway, coming up here is one of our first uses of Skipper that are like actually required. There's those yellow pegs there. The only person who can jump on them is Skipper, so we try to we just use him to do that, and then don't use him again. And one thing that Skipper can do, I guess I didn't mention this, other than being able to just jump on those pegs, is he is actual, like, the power that... Nice, I'm stupid. No. Okay, I was supposed to jump off as Kowalski here. Here's a cool skip, by the way. We just float over here onto this ladder, and then we have to wait for our fly to charge up a little bit, and then we fly over here. Super easy. But yeah, Skipper can, when you use, like, the button to use their powers, he has a punch that can stun the octopuses if you punch them. So that's actually fairly useful, at least in like marathon strats, just because there are a few squids that typically have like pretty high stealth, like pretty high bars of like stealth whenever you come by them. So you get caught like super easily by them, and it's really annoying. So those ones I might punch, but if you were going for like super fast strats, then you don't really want to really end up punching at all, because it's slow to switch to Skipper just for that. So here's one of the more annoying skips coming up here. Not right here, but there. Nice. We don't have to move this box, by the way, because we have enough height to actually get up there. So this skip's really super annoying because we have to like jump around this light fixture. Also, this octopus is right here, so he makes that super annoying. Luckily, the checkpoint that we just hit is like right there, so yeah, I think I'm gonna try to jump to the left because he's like right there. Oh man, please. Okay. That would have sucked if I had gotten stuck there. Alright, yeah, it's a super annoying skip, because especially if he gets in the way like this. See if we can lure him away here. Alright. You can just shimmy your way on into there if you jump off of that fire hydrant. Or not fire hydrant, I'm stupid. Fire extinguisher. Alright. More Simon Says, let's go. I'm dumb, cool. Round 2. Alright, okay, we did it. That's embarrassing. That's incredibly embarrassing. Let's go. Alright. So, the level that we're in, by the way, the first level that we were in was Fort Knox. So we were breaking out of Fort Knox, well, breaking into and out of Fort Knox, and then this level is the Monte Carlo. Nice, please don't catch me, please. Frick! That is super bad. Cool, we have to do that whole section all over again. Awesome possum. And that wasted a bunch of time. And I have to do this skip again as well. Nice, I didn't let my fly charge up enough. That was a pretty good jump too. Lame sauce. Oh man, the chokes are so real. Rip, dude. Yeah, that one in the hallway can be fairly annoying, but sometimes the RNG is totally fine. Rip. We can probably still record though. Is ridiculous, but a thing. I am like the only person who has a run on the leaderboard of this game though. Be cool if more people ran it, for sure. We still didn't. It'd be really nice if we got the changes into the other penguins during the cutscenes, because that's always very nice. Nice. See, that was way better. The RNG was still bad there, but we took a little bit on the hacking. So he was at a good position there. Anyway. That was super ultra close and really bad RNG. I'm really glad we didn't get caught there. Alright. So there's this gap here that we actually can just jump over. I think what's intended there is just to use Kowalski, but it's a little slower because then we have to like change into him. It's kind of a, it's not a super precise jump, but it's a little sketchy. And yeah, we don't have to move these out all the way. We can just push them or pull them out just a tiny bit. This guy can be really annoying because this is like a tight hallway, so he actually can like follow you. If you're spotted by any like I guess by a couple of different spotlights or any of the octopuses, then or octopi, then oh nice, wow. Terrible. I'm gonna have to death warp now. I'll just float for safety here. If you're seen by any of them, then you can't press any of the buttons or move any of the boxes or anything, so that can be really annoying. Anyway, next checkpoint. Yay. Finally. It's really unfortunate that we got caught, but yeah, that's the really dumb thing about running this game is the stealth RNG, which is like the main mechanic of the game. Like the main point is to like avoid stuff, right? But then quite literally that's like the one thing that it is that the game like goes on is like totally broken. It's kind of beautiful. So I'm gonna punch this octopus coming up here because this one is like really mean and annoying. Nice, I meant to switch to private there, but whatever. Yeah, we probably would have had to deal with that and we would have gotten caught, so I'm really glad I did that. Sometimes the octopus can be in a good position depending on how long you take to get here. But, yeah, considering that the computer stuff is complete RNG, we don't really have like a definite way to get there. So we can actually skip this first part really super easily if we don't totally jump early. Then I'm gonna just go ahead and switch to skipper here for this one because the jump here to skip this part is actually like really precise and annoying, so yeah, alright, cool. And then after this part, I'll want to switch back to Rico. That was really close. This spotlight in this room is really mean, but it's not too hard to avoid it. Just gonna dash down there and dash again here, and then meant to switch to private. So the one thing that sucks is there's a couple of instances where we have to float down in water, and there's no way to like float down any faster than this. We just have to wait, and that's lame, but it is what it is. And we have to actually land in the water as private if we want to use the tubes here, because we can't change penguins underwater for some reason. So there's a checkpoint here. I'll just hit that because it's not really that time consuming. So there's a fairly annoying precise skip right here over this gate, but it saves a bunch of time because there's like I think 2 or 3 different things that you have to do to unlock it, but luckily we actually did that really well, so that was a good first try. And we're pretty much to the end of the level here. We just have to dash one more time, and then the end of the level is right here. That's the end of Monte Carlo. And so the next level coming up here is the New York City Airport. And this level actually is probably the coolest level out of all of them regarding skips, because it just is full of skips and actually has a couple of cool glitches as well that are really cool to show off. I think this is probably like the best level to showcase like glitches and stuff like that. Actually, you shouldn't have really bothered to switch to Rico here, because I'm gonna be Kowalski right now, because I'm gonna do a skip here over these boxes. Nice, I missed. I jumped late, or jumped early rather. Cool. And then there's a bunch of stupid stuff you have to do right here casually if you don't know how to skip them, but you can skip that, and then there's a door over to the right that we can skip just by... Nice, that was really not well positioned at all. We can jump on this little floor lining, and this barely gives us enough height to skip over this door corner here. We just have to fly over and land on that. Second try is pretty decent because it's a sort of hard thing to do. It's really precise. And one thing is, if you guys were wondering, well, here, I'll explain after this. One thing we can do in this level is break the buttons. If we just dash through them, which is super easy and really free, it'll actually activate the button twice and make it so that whenever the button isn't pressed, it's basically like always pressed at that point. So it's a really, really useful thing for this game. I forget what I was saying a second ago, so whatever. but yeah. So we're just gonna dash through a couple more times, and then we're gonna switch to Kowalski here to fly over this electric floor, and we didn't fly for long. I really hate when that happens. I don't really understand why that happens sometimes, but okay, whatever. So we're gonna do a death warp here. We're gonna go ahead and die over here, and then that'll set our warp point to there, and then we'll move the gates to be right there, and then hopefully if this works right, we should spawn on the other side. Nice. Okay, cool. And that's a super easy death warp. Then there's another door skip coming up over here. Oh my, like, are you kidding me? He followed me over the box. That was immaculate. That was incredible. I've never seen them do that. That was actually pretty funny. Okay. I've never had them actually follow me onto the box and make it. That's actually pretty funny. So we're gonna do another door skip here. This one's really kind of precise too, because we have to do a really precise turn around this corner. We did it first try, which is nice though. Yeah, so this level is just absolutely chock full of skips that are really cool, and a couple of glitches also. We're gonna break this button here as well. Well programmed game. Alright. Oh, dude, I dashed into the electric floor on the other side. That was crazy. I didn't know you could do that. I don't know why I was trying to change penguins there. Alright. So, in the other room, there's this electric floor thing. There's a couple things that you can do, like you can disable the floor and stuff, but you don't even have to do that. We can actually just jump over here and just skip that entirely, just by timing that jump right. That laser gate that turns on and off, I think you can't even turn that off, so yeah, and then we just wait for it to turn off there, and then we jump through back to the other side, switch to Rico. And we take this up here, dash through here, and then there's a pretty, it's not like super precise, but it's a little annoying. You have to make sure you get your full jump height here out of the double jumps. So nice. I keep missing it. That's annoying. Please, game. Nice. There we go. And skip having to figure your way up to there. So there's a bunch of stuff, a bunch of gates that you're supposed to deactivate to end up deactivating this last gate, but you can just jump over it. Which isn't really very hard. It's a little precise because, like, you have the ceiling above you, but honestly, quite free. Alright. We're just gonna dash past him real quick. That's annoying. So, there we go. Again, if the octopus sees us and is, like, trying to get us while we're, trying to press the button, that it won't let us activate the button at all, sadly. Alright, so now we're to one of the more interesting parts of this level. We have to do a jump with the speed momentum that we get from that Yeah, I was gonna say I jumped a little early. We have to jump with the speed momentum that we have with this to skip having to activate a bunch of stuff to move all of those platforms and everything. And then we do a skip here to just jump over onto this one. That's super easy. And then we skip the rest of the this stuff with just a jump off of that ledge, and then we just make sure to try and grab that those rails. Nice. Which isn't really too hard, but if you're not too careful, you can fall, and it can be a little sad. Alrighty then. Alright, so we're gonna do the first private skip here, which is really a pretty neat trick. So basically Private, when he turns into his flower, he has like a moment, actually I meant to turn into Rico here. Actually Kowalski is the one I need, dang it, I'm stupid. Essentially, you have like, whenever you're using almost any power, you can, the vent will like not push you up for a second, and then Private, when he nice, I'm dumb, I should have saved up my fly there. Whenever Private I'm trying to think, whenever he uses his special move and transforms back, it gives, well, I mean when he transforms into it as well, it just gives him a little bit of time to move. And that gives you just enough time to, nice, we actually did the switch there, which is sweet. Gonna do a big skip here. Sorry, there's a lot of stuff that I have to explain, but we're gonna do a big skip here with Skipper. That's actually really annoying, and kind of precise, but if we do it right, it's pretty sick. We can essentially use the momentum from this forward boost to jump onto these pegs, and then we position ourselves right. We didn't do it right. Nice. That's annoying. If you can actually jump onto the platform above you as well. You do it right. Hopefully I don't choke this for like ever, because this is kind of an annoying and precise trick. Luckily, we can take as many deaths as we want, but I think usually, like, if you take too many, it'll push you back a little further than you were before. It's super annoying. Come on, game, please. Aw, oh, man. Skipper. Do the Skipper skip. Please. Ah, Skipper skip is hard. Why does Skipper skip have to be so OP? I wish I didn't choke the landing there a second ago. That moment when in practice it's not this hard. Ah, man, please, please Skipper. We need you to do this. This is actually like super important. Please, man. Please, Skipper. The momentum physics in this game are so gnarly, dude. Alright. Oh man, please. Please, game. Let's not spend 20 minutes at this. Why? Why is this happening now? Dude, rip. This is probably the most annoying skip in the game, for sure. There's a couple of ones that are really annoying, but this one is particularly annoying because you still have to make it back over the ledge there as well by doing a precise jump off of that second peg. This is really annoying. Please. No. Dude, this is so bad. Why is it not working? Please, game. It'd be amazing if like the pegs just randomly broke and stopped working. I don't think that's ever happened, but why is it not jumping to the peg? It worked 2 seconds ago. Oh man, this is so bad, dude. This is actually legitimately terrible. I really hope I finish this because we need to get this trick. Okay, come on. No, dude. I tried to jump up onto the ledge and it just was not cooperating. I might need to jump later than I'm doing. Dude, this is sad. The ultra chokes. Dude, please stop, game. There we go. Holy crap. That took so long. Alright. The one thing we'll try to do here... If I don't choke that, dude. I totally choked it. Please put me back up onto the... There we go. Thank you. Alright, we have to turn around this corner and then fly around onto this platform. Oh man, that was stressful. Alright. We're through the hardest part. Let's go. Oh man. That was sincerely awful. I wasted like probably 3 or 4 minutes on that. Maybe only like 2 or 3, but... We did it eventually, Reddit. So there's not really too much more to this level. Just a few more buttons and platforms to go around. Darn it. Alright, so in this one we're also going to do another skipper skip. We just jump over to this peg here. We can get up to that peg. And nice. Awesome. The skipper chokes have been so real today. Why, dude? He was positioned and everything. He even did the sideways turn. This skipper skip's kind of dumb sometimes, I feel. Sometimes he just likes to jump and do the animation, but just still miss. Alright. Actually, I'm dumb. We want to be Kowalski here. And then we can skip a bunch of stuff here just by jumping on that fire hydrant and... Or not fire hydrant, I keep calling them fire hydrants. Fire extinguishers. And just jumping onto that rail. And we have to wait for our fly to charge up a little bit. Get going there. And it's not worth it to switch to Rico here, because the end of the level is right here. And that's the 3rd level out of 4. And then... The last level we have coming up here is Dave's Secret Lair, or Dave's Secret Lab. I think it's Dave's Secret Lab. And this level is actually kind of interesting in that there's very few platforming skips I was able to find that were... There's a couple that are pretty useful, but essentially there are none that are like incredibly useful. There's just also a lot of instances where anything I've tried just hasn't really managed to... Nice, we got this change there during the cutscene, which is sweet. Yeah, just not a lot of things have managed to help, which is sad. The one thing that's interesting about this level, once we get through these 2 rooms, is there's a part coming up here with an electric floor, and actually if we dash and press A here, ah man, we missed it. If we mash A there, we can actually hit that. Nice, if we do it right. Please don't catch me, okay. If we get caught, we have to go back to the beginning of this level, which is kind of annoying. Alright, whatever. So essentially, I think like half the time this electric floor just won't work. So I'm pretty sure it only happens like when you power on the game, and then after you play through the level once, then it'll start working. It's really dumb and weird, but yeah. So that's like a totally free time save. We'll do another private skip there, which was really decent. Both of the private skips that I've done, I think there's only 2 really in the whole run, but both that I've done were good. Which is awesome. Alright, so we're gonna move this box off of the button to disable a bunch of stuff off to the right side of the room, and we're gonna push the box a little bit over so we can actually get onto it, and then float over this floor as Kowalski. And then I'll show you one funny thing coming up here. We're gonna jump over here and then jump onto this machine, then jump behind the laser gate. And these laser gates actually don't keep the boxes in or anything, so we can just push the box out of the laser gate and completely disregard it. And to get this other box over, we actually need to push this box onto this button here, right into the wall, face to the wall. Okay. Then we need to bring both of these boxes over to this door over here. Sadly, I've tried to find a way to like break any of the doors that have like buttons in this level, but that like only open by pressing a button. But for some reason I haven't been able to like like I don't know if the buttons just work differently than they work in the airport level, but for some reason the ones in this level just don't really break the same way. It's interesting though. But yeah, this level sadly has a lot of like box pulling, so if we could manage to find skips for some of them, it'd be really nice. This level definitely kind of shows off like a lot of how slow the game can be if you actually played a lot of it casually, but we're kind of forced to play this part casually since there's no like faster ways to go about doing some of them anyway. Some of the things. So again, we have a underwater portion here, so we can't really float down any faster than just letting it float down. Nice, I missed the pipe here. It's really annoying trying to get into these pipes because of how it's like positioned. Then we're gonna switch to Kowalski here because we have to hack this computer. And yeah, the computer parts can be super annoying because sometimes you can just get really quick patterns and sometimes your patterns are just bad. So to get through this door to the right of us, we're gonna need to push this box onto this button. And we're actually gonna do a kind of interesting skip coming up here, where we're gonna hit this checkpoint and then we're gonna get caught by the octopus. This is the only time where getting caught's useful. By the way, those door frames of the round doors are really buggy. So, I mean, the way they're like shaped can make like whenever you walk near them, make your character like jump up into the air. It's kind of funny. Anyway, so we open that door back up with that button, and we use the box that we used previously to open the door that we just went through. And doing this saves a ton of time because there's a box off to the right that we're supposed to use. And yeah, it's kind of dumb, but anyway, let's see. So push that button there, and we're gonna push this button to open this door, and we're gonna turn into Kowalski because we need to hack this computer here. Nice, I accidentally pressed B while I was walking. The one thing that's annoying is when you're to switch penguins, you have to hold B and then press a direction on the D-pad, but you also use the D-pad to walk. So like when I press like B down, I have to like press down on the D-pad, and if like say if I just accidentally press B like I did there a second ago, and I'm walking, then I'm just gonna turn into a different penguin. These buttons are kind of annoying because if I do that, that's a waste of time. I could be safe and use Kowalski. I might do that if I mess this up again. But this part's kind of neat. Yeah, I'm gonna use Kowalski here because I keep doing short jumps by accident. He's just a little safer if I mess up the jumps. But this part you just have to jump from button to button. Nice, we didn't mess it up right after I switched to Kowalski. That sucks. Alright, let's go. So in this part we need to just dive down here, and then just need to get through this pipe. There's 4 different pipes. We can go up here, and then we have to press at least like 2 of these buttons to open up this laser gate, like a portion of the laser gate, so that we can actually press the button. I think I pressed the wrong buttons. I think I was maybe supposed to just press... Nice. Why? Maybe supposed to just press something else. But anyway, whatever. Doesn't matter now. One thing that's really kind of annoying, but hasn't happened yet, and I don't think it's gonna happen, luckily, is the octopi can randomly like just like turn invisible. So so it can be kind of annoying to try and avoid them. Like they will still have collision, so if you run into them, like you'll notice that they're there, but essentially it's just rather annoying, especially if you're trying to like get around something and you're not sure why you're messing up, and you're like, oh, it's because the octopuses are invisible. Good game programming. So this checkpoint that we hit last is kind of an annoying one, because there's this stealth part coming up here, and we don't have another checkpoint until after it, and essentially it's really long because we have to push this box a really far distance, and if we get caught it wastes a ton of time. So I'm probably gonna turn into Skipper right well, actually, like probably once I get to here. Turn to Skipper now. Usually I would just still be Rico, or I guess I could also just be Kowalski, since I have to hack a computer after this anyway. But we have to push this box like all the way to the other side, and there is a laser gate guarding the computer, but the thing is there's like a hitbox of something above that computer that makes it so we quite literally, I haven't found any way of getting behind that laser gate at all, which is really sad, because if we could skip over that gate, we could skip this whole entire box pushing section, and this part's like super annoying. Yeah, so yeah, if we got caught there as Rico, we would have had to go and hack that computer to open up the door to get this box again, and then we would have had to go and push this box again, and it would have sucked and everything would have been terrible. And thankfully we didn't have to do that. Let's see. Yeah, push it just a little bit there. Okay. I'm gonna want to punch the octopus up here as well, because he is also okay, we got caught by the spotlight. That works. That's super lame. Why does this happen? Yeah, I don't think we're gonna record it all if we had any potential before. That sucks, dude. That's really lame. So yeah, now we have to do this whole entire section again because Spotlight RNG is cool. That's what I get for saying the spotlights are benign. That spotlight heard me. Guess what we get to do again? Hope you guys like pushing boxes. We do a lot of that. Dude, rip for real though. That's super sad. I pretty much almost always get caught at least once every time I try to do a run too, which is sad. Just cause like if it's not, like usually I don't get caught by the spotlight, but usually I get caught by the octopus that's right there. And it's super trolly. Hopefully we don't go over estimate though. I don't think we will. I don't think I've messed up quite that much. But I don't think I pushed this up enough. Yeah, these spotlights are annoying. One thing I tend to do is try to get on like the opposite side of this box so that when I'm pulling it, I usually don't have to worry about spotlight seeing me right there. Dude, rip, are you kidding me, please? Oh man, I am super lucky I landed on the side of that. Okay. Alright. I'm gonna push this. We're gonna punch this ridiculous... Are you kidding me, dude? Are you kidding me? I love this stuff, dude. Like, I don't have any time to react to that. I don't have any time to react to that. What am I supposed to do, game? What am I... Okay, I'm sorry. That was dumb. Getting caught twice is terrible, though. Honestly, this run is bad. Like, it's just that's like one of the reasons why running this game is just incredibly frustrating. Like trying to get a really good time, because if the game just decides to totally screw you over like that, it's just there you go. There goes like another 3 minutes upon another 3 minutes. It's great. Hopefully we don't go over estimate. Even being private there didn't help because the bar was so high when we got when we were next to him that literally, like, yeah, I don't know, we might just try to go ultra safe and just wait for him to like wait for him to just turn around. Honestly, that's ridiculously stupid. Sadness, boys. We'll make it, though. If that's not embarrassing enough, I hope you guys are ready for the boss fight at the end. It'll be glorious. Hopefully that's when I go over estimate, is if I take too long on the boss fight. That would be actually extremely memey. But I assume I really won't go over estimate, but that's if we don't get totally wrecked by spotlights or the octopus again. Thing that's just annoying is, like, it's still, like, typically the values are higher with the bars, but usually it won't be right at the top. Like, you'll at least tend to have, like, a little bit of freaking time to work with it. Oh, man. Dude, rip so much time from that. Incredible. But yeah, if we could manage to find a way to get over that laser gate without getting hurt, then we could skip that entire section, which would be awesome. Now we have to watch this penguin get turned super small, because this part of the cutscene we can't skip for some reason. Small boys. Alright. Nice, I choked it right at the end. Beautiful. So this computer is just a dupe. That doesn't help anything. So hacking that is completely a waste of time. Record is, I didn't mention this, but record is a 58-29. I think that's what it is. Are you kidding me? Okay. I just barely got hit there. Luckily, death warps are cool. Thank you, death warping. Yes! Sometimes the death warps are really beneficial, which is awesome. And we can actually use another one up here to skip having to wait for any of those gates. Dude, I'm so bad at hacking. We went over halfway. Nice. That's terrible. Terrible. Anyway, so that opens up the gate so we can get to the end boss. And then we'll just take a death here so that we get to the other side, hopefully. Should bring us to the right side if I remember correctly. Maybe we'll just wait, whatever. We're close enough. Or we just got hit again. Okay, that works. Whatever just happened there. I didn't even move. I didn't even, like, try to get hit there. But okay. Okay, game. That works. I'll deal with it. Oh, man, please. These. Alright. And getting caught here is really annoying, so luckily we didn't get caught. So this part's really stupid. I don't know exactly how to optimally do this boss, so everybody look away. I'm just kidding. But basically, you're supposed to press the buttons in like a certain, like in a specific sequence, and it's really annoying. And I don't get exactly how it works, because it seems like you're essentially like supposed to try and get it to aim at the boss, but to get it to aim at him, it's like really weird. And I feel like some of the button sequences that we try to use just don't always... Okay, that was actually really fast. Sweet, so that's time. Sorry, I should have explained that time. Wow, that was probably the fastest I've ever done that boss. I'll make sure to actually watch that back later. So if that was less than 58 minutes and 29 seconds record, if not, okay. I'm pretty sure that was over an hour, at least. So basically, yeah, we defeat Dave. Hardest boss in the world, by the way, obviously. I mean, look at it. We wasted easily like 5 minutes on that level, sadly. And then, yeah, once you end, you can go through the rest of the levels without having to watch the cutscenes, which is kind of nice. And there's nothing else really special about the run. I'll show off a really totally pointless glitch here.
Actually, that was sub 1.
That was sub 1? Nice, awesome. Was, I don't know if it was sub 58. If it was just barely not, that sucks. But either way, sub 1. Heck yeah. Let's go, boys. Dang it. Let's get this glitch. Come on. I don't want to take up more time. Okay, there we go. You can if you do that off of a ledge, you can keep the flower costume until you press it again. It's great. Anyway, thanks for watching, guys. That was Penguins of Madagascar, and we're gonna have The Incredibles up next with Alec, so stay tuned for that. Thank you for having me. I'll be back with Mario Party 2 on Sunday, so yeah, cool. Peace out.